Hey everyone, it is Dani and welcome to this update video on the tropics. And so I hope that you're all having a really great Monday thus far. And so in this video we will be talking about what is now Subtropical Storm NICOLE, and the tropical storm watch has been issued. And I will also be looking at Invest 97L tropical wave, and later down in this video we will be taking a look at what is to happen in terms of the expected lunar eclipse. So lunar eclipse will be taking place, and various areas are going to be seeing it. It's going to be tomorrow, and parts of the Americas, parts of the Caribbean, Asia are going to be witnessing this eclipse. And so before I go into details, please do subscribe and tap the notification bell so that you never miss an important update. And to show support for the channel, you can leave a like on this video. And so let us first go ahead and talk about what is happening in terms of our systems. And so we're taking a look at this 5-day graphical tropical weather outlook from the NHC. And there we have Subtropical Storm NICOLE, and we have Invest 97L. And so the development chance of 97L is decreasing due to unfavorable upper level winds. And time is limited because as we're going to be progressing later through the week, then it is likely that there will be no chance of us seeing a tropical cyclone become of this, but it can probably quickly get itself together today and become a brief tropical storm. And in that case, the next name to be used is Owen. So if that happens, then the system will acquire the name Owen, but I would say that that is getting quite unlikely. But let's see what's going to be happening through today. But this system is not a threat to land, but what is a concern is NICOLE. So let's go ahead and take a look at NICOLE. So here we have the satellite imagery of the storm. So as of right now, there are some tropical storm watches that are in place, and so let's go ahead and look at that. So taking a look at the cone forecast here, we're seeing that the tropical storm force winds really lie to the east of the center of the system. And that is because that's where we have the activity taking place. Looking back on the satellite, there we're seeing all those showers and thunderstorms. So NICOLE is expected to make its way continually to the northwest and northwest, and then make a curve to the west, and then start to move on a west-southwestward like track as we head to Wednesday, going to Thursday. And so we see that the northwestern Bahamas are under a tropical storm watch. And so tropical storm conditions are possible within these regions within the next 48 hours or so. And then more watches will likely be up, and it's likely that these watches will be upgraded to warnings because NICOLE is expected to intensify, and it is likely to make landfall in Florida, maybe even a double landfall in the state. So we're seeing that the system is expected to make landfall maybe very early on Thursday, and then by very early on Friday. And so other states such as Georgia and the Carolinas, maybe even Virginia, will feel impacts. But this is the first advisory on the cyclone, and there can be many changes between now and the end of this week. So this is definitely something to watch. But one thing for sure is that NICOLE is likely to strengthen, and it will probably be near hurricane strength at the time of landfall in Florida. And then now let's go ahead and take a look at what is happening across the rest of the region. And so we're seeing here that looking out in the Atlantic, we have all this activity, all this shower and thunderstorm activity, and that is in association with a tropical wave that is propagating towards the west. And so looking in the eastern Caribbean, we see some showers and thunderstorms as well, and that is in association with NICOLE. And so as for that tropical wave, it is expected to be in the vicinity of the Lesser Antilles by November 10th. And so if it has enough activity in association with it, then it could bring some inclement weather to the various islands of the Lesser Antilles. So let's see what's going to be happening that time. And then in terms of NICOLE, it is expected to be just offshore of southeast Florida. And so guys, if you're in Florida, please take all the necessary precautions and stay safe, because even though NICOLE might not be an intense tropical cyclone compared to other storms or hurricanes, it'll still be bringing some dangerous impacts, especially in terms of all the heavy rainfall, even some storm surge and those strong winds. So this is definitely something that you shouldn't take lightly. It's best to be prepared. It's better to stay safe than to be sorry. And so take all the necessary precautions and do not take any unnecessary risks. So now let's go ahead and move on to the expected eclipse. And so looking at this map right here, we're seeing that parts of Asia, Australia, North America, the Caribbean, and even South America are going to be witnessing the eclipse, and at least a partial eclipse. But in terms of the blood moon, most of these areas will be witnessing that, and areas that are in the lighter shades that we see, those streaks, those areas are likely going to be witnessing a partial eclipse. But where we're seeing that light purple shade, that is in terms of sections of the Caribbean, those areas are going to be witnessing a total lunar eclipse, but it will be at moonset, which is basically just before the break of dawn. And so I will be leaving a link in the description so that you can check for your area if your region will be seeing that eclipse, your country, your city, and you will be seeing the local time there as well, because I obviously can't incorporate all that information for everywhere in this video. So you can click on the link, search your area, and it'll tell you if you're going to be seeing the eclipse and at what time to expect the different phases. And so I'm from Jamaica, so of course I'm going to be having some information for Jamaicans. So it will be visible. There will be a total lunar eclipse. It's going to be starting at 3:02 a.m. and it's going to be peaking at 5:59 a.m., which is basically 6 o'clock in the morning. However, it will be ending not long after that for Jamaica because of sunrise. You know, the moon is going to be setting, it's going to be moonset, and it's going to be out of the horizon, so we won't get to witness the entirety of the eclipse, but we will be seeing the blood moon very early tomorrow morning. And so you might be wondering, what is a blood moon? So a total lunar eclipse happens when we have the earth, moon, and sun being aligned perfectly. So in that case, those three astronomical bodies are aligned, and then we have the earth in between the sun and the moon. So think of this: you are facing the sun with another person, and that person is in front of you. You're going to be shadowed. It's the same case with an eclipse. The earth is going to be blocking the light from the sun from reaching the moon, because remember that the moon does not produce its own light. It's not a luminous object. So because of that, now the light is going to be very limited that's going to be reaching. And then when we think of the order of the spectrum, which is basically the colors of the rainbow: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, violet, we see that red has the longest wavelength. Ever wondered how red is just so strong? It's very prominent, and because of that limited light that is going to be reaching the moon, the light contains all the colors. The one with the longest wavelength is going to be what is seen, or that hue that's going to be seen on the moon, which is red. And sometimes that's why we even see some eclipses looking a bit orange, because orange has the next longest wavelength in the spectrum, and so that is why the moon looks blood red. Set the alarm for tomorrow morning so that you don't miss this spectacular astronomical phenomenon. We won't be seeing another lunar eclipse for some time, and just enjoy this wonderful view, this wonderful scene that nature is going to be bestowing upon us. And so guys, that is really it for this video. So if you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comments, and you can also share thoughts there. And of course, remember to always be weatherwise.